like I said, chapter 3, the structure of cultivated plants whenever it gets there. So, this is kind of in order a little bit. I know we have a ton of objectives here, but we always will chunk them here. So, the first part of the plan we're going to talk about today is the roots. And a lot of you may have a lot of knowledge on this, the roots, the stems, the leaves, the flowers. That's great. So you'll be able to rock and roll through this whole thing. But you will be able to use the terms that describe vegetative parts of the plant.
Wow.
You will also be able to name 3 types of roots after today. Because roots are not just roots. There's different kinds. Also, you'll be able to list 3 functions for each roots, and then also for stems. But you probably know some of these functions already, so that's good. And then we'll be able to get in, we might get into stems. You'll be able to describe the stem, and then also name 4 types of stems. Because there are more than just one type of stem.
I can name 3 roots right now. Corn, soybean, wheat.
Okay, here's what I want to know, though. What type of root does a corn plant have?
Roots that grow in the ground?
No? What kind?
Tap roots.
Well, we talked about this already, actually. Remember when we talked about angiosperms, and we talked about monocots and dicots, and we talked about gymnosperms and all these? Remember this? And I said corn is actually a grass. And grasses are monocots.
Seminal roots.
Seminole Winds by John Anderson. It's a country. No, that's okay. That's
we need to be writing this.
No, but let's go. Let's get going so I can shut up here. Okay, here we go. I will read this little intro statement, but you get this down here. Yes, Keith.
What slide are we going to be going to today?
I don't know for sure.
Going to today?
I don't know for sure. Okay. The major type of plants that we'll talk about in here, people deal with each day, is the angiosperm. And remember we talked about angiosperms and gymnosperms. What was the difference of those two? Gymnosperms were
Close.
angiosperm is closed seed, right? It's in a fruit. Gymnosperms were naked seeds, such as pine cones, conifer trees. This type of plant produces seeds that are enclosed in a fruit.
Wow.
Angiosperms are divided into monocots, or the monocotyledonnae, but we'll say monocot, which is 1 seed leaf, and dicots have 2 seed leaves. The 3 basic parts of a plant include roots, stems, and leaves, and we will also be talking about, and that's just for both mono and dicot, the flowers, fruits, and seeds, as well as the growing parts of roots and stems can be identified when a mature plant is examined. But we are also going to be getting into some flowers. We're going to learn the different parts of the flower. So this chapter is a little bigger. So we'll divide it into kind of 2 parts. We'll really chunk it along the way as we go. So you guys can really get all of this information down. Because this is really kind of the basics. We kind of talked about history and all this stuff before. Now we are getting into hardcore plant science here. And this is really botany. All right, a lot of botany is really the science in plants, and this is kind of the starts of it. You really need to have this foundation in order to really learn more about plants here. So, we said angiosperms, they're monocot, 1 seed leaf, dicot, 2 seed leaves. Okay? And an example of a monocot, we said with 1 seed leaf is corn, and we're talking agronomy here, agricultural crops, and then the dicot, anybody remember what that one was? What? Soybean. Okay, very good. Also, 3 basic parts of a plant, we said were roots, stems, and leaves. And the other important parts you can determine when they are a mature plant. So,
Don't go yet.
okay, I won't. Thank you for telling me that too.
No problem.
Yeah, there's too many words.
So yes, we know that a root is a root, but there are actually some different kinds of roots. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yes, verse 1, 2, and 3.
I guess if you want to kind of look at them that way. What? It will help a little bit, yes. Now, you're not going to be specific questions totally to this, but it would help you to know, like a soybean is a dicot. There's 2 seed leaves, because it helps you with management. Such as this. When you plant soybeans, okay, or corn, and it's around springtime, right? Or May, when the months that we start planting, April, into May planting corn and soybeans, and let's say it rains a whole bunch, and then the next day it gets super hot and humid, what starts to happen to the soil? I bet some people have maybe seen it, even in their yard. What? It starts to crack a little bit, and it starts to get a little, like, what'd you say?
You get a layer on top.
Yes.
It's just hard.
You get a hard, crusty layer on top of that field. And then when you're driving past the field and you see that there's nothing even up yet growing, but the farmer has their center pivot on, what are they trying to do?
Get it back to good.
They're trying to get it to where it's soft. Because that corn plant, with that single seed leaf, those grasses can really shoot up a lot easier through that hard soil. Soybeans, though, they have 2 seed leaves, so they kind of fold up, and then they open up, and they can't really sometimes bust through that layer of really hard soil. So that's the management stuff that will actually, this lesson will really help you with that. Okay, 3 basic plant parts. We've already talked about these. Roots, and these are some of the things that they help do. Okay? Roots help do all that. I can't remember if I also, when I get into it, okay, I do functions there, so I won't totally go over that. But we already talked about roots, stems, and leaves. Oh, wait. With us here. There we go. We'll get you up and go in just a second here. But we got to get some information down first. So, basically what they do. Roots do all of these things. A big thing we know, though, they anchor plants. And then they also can take up water. Does anybody know that process that actually plants use to take up water from the soil? It's the outer cells on the roots. Really the root hairs that we'll talk about. Those really take in the water. But this process starts with an O.
Oh, osmosis?
Osmosis. Very good. So they use that process to really bring that water in. Okay? So it's amazing. It's amazing what they do. And that is why you really water at the ground level, because if you water the leaves, that doesn't do anything. Okay? Water gets in the plant through the roots. Stems help really are the structure of the plant, and then leaves help make the food. And we will dive into photosynthesis and cell respiration because even though you've maybe learned about it in biology or other classes, it's a very important concept, especially for you to kind of really have a nice background information on how plants actually make their food. Because you standing under a light, it'd be sweet if we could, if our cells had chlorophyll in them and could actually make the sugar, but we can't. Okay, plants do. So we'll dive into that. All right, here we go. These are physiological processes that plants have to have in order for plants to grow and keep keeping on. Have to have energy, nutrients, water, reproduction, and dispersal. And that dispersal factor, what is the part of the plant that actually is in charge of that dispersal process? Stem, not so much, but it does hold everything up.
The leaves.
The leaves help make the food. These things, the flowers produce these seeds. Exactly. That's the whole dispersal process to keep those seeds going on. Anybody ever notice, or maybe in the pasture, you're helping Dad cut trees in the pasture or whatever? Anybody notice along fence lines, or even underneath telephone poles? A lot of times trees start to grow underneath those. Why is that? Birds sit there, they go poo-poo, the seeds drop to the ground, they grow. That's a whole dispersal process right there, okay? That's how that plant keeps surviving. Okay, we've already been through plant parts. All right, roots here. This is what we're going to be talking about today. Very important. The book says that they're often overlooked because they're in the ground. Well, but they really aren't, because especially in agronomy, well, even in your garden, the horticulture plants, all of those, we need to know what's really going on underground. Even though it's tough for us to do that, we can't really totally do that all the time. But we need to know what insects are down there, what's eating the roots, because if our roots are being eaten up, that plant is going to die. Because we know that is how plants can absorb water, take in water and nutrients. Okay? They absorb water and minerals from the soil and transport them then to the stem. That stem can then take them to the leaves, and that plant can keep growing and growing. So 3 functions that you need to know. They anchor the plant. They absorb the water and nutrients. And then they store food produced by an above ground portion. Some do and some don't as much. And we'll look at some different types in a second here. And that might lead us into
No more notes.
this right here. So, what I want you to do, really quick, you need to turn to your partner right beside you, anybody. You need to tell them and have them tell you the 3 responsibilities or functions of a root. Go.
Vascular, non-vascular,
Roots for the plant, absorb water,
The roots, they anchor the plant,
They do.
Sounds about right.
absorb water,
They do.
and they store food.
They do. Perfect.
Do that.
Also, back up here, roots, 3 basic types. So we had 3 functions. Now we got 3 different types of roots. And there's actually another type, but we'll focus on that one, I guess, as much.
Wow.
Book doesn't go into great detail. I said taproot. You did say taproot. That's actually a band too. Probably like a 90s grunge band. Okay.
Me?
No, taproot. It's a band. I'm saying.
Oh, I know what you're talking
That
about.
sounds like something you'd listen to.
I have no. I've never really heard. Maybe you've heard a song. I don't know.
Never.
All right, but here are root systems right here. We got the main or primary root, the rootlets or secondary roots, and then the root hairs. Let's see, page 41. Can somebody read that first paragraph for us? You don't have to read the big words either if you don't want to. Okay, just the ones that you know. All right. Okay. Somebody want to read paragraph on page 41.
primary root arises from the embryo. Branches of the primary taproot are often fibrous and are called secondary roots. The primary root system of many plants is short-lived and is replaced by a secondary root system. These secondary root systems become the permanent roots of many monocotyledons, such as the grass. Roots coming from bulbs, corms, rhizomes, or tubers are adventitious roots, and as are roots developed from the aerial stems, stolons, and runners, and cuttings from stems or leaves. Red mangroves, root pine, and
Banyan, yeah.
close enough. Send down adventitious roots.
Nice.
Support for heavy horizontal branches.
Okay, adventitious roots would be that other type of root, but we're not going to totally get into it. But it does list some, and I got some plants here that I'll show you here. So we got a taproot, a storage taproot, and then also a fibrous root. Okay, those are the different 3 types. And then here are what the main root systems consist of here.
Okay,
Oh,
just a
you
second.
froze
I'm
mine.
yep. I'm gonna unfreeze it here.
Okay.
I'm just saving this,
Did you get that figured out?
and I believe so. So, what group is this? What class is this? Block 5-6.
Yep.
Okay. And you're in a session.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Hey there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Who got up?
Now I just
Uh-oh.
want to know, can you
Uh-oh.
get, just click the backspace button now and see if you can be in your slides.
Uh-oh.
No, you're in.
Uh,
Just go back to your slide. There you
What have
go.
you done?
Yeah, Kaylee said.
Now, can you
What?
go back into your slide?
Yes.
Go back into your slide.
No more.
Pay attention.
Sorry.
There you go.
Hey there.
So
But-
we can't
but-
go on any other slides.
Yeah.
Just right now.
But-
You can go into your
You
slide.
can.
He needs all those so he can do work other times.
I know. And when I
So
And
that
when
means
I
he
go
has to
back-
exit all those
and then
times.
when I no no
What did you
when
do?
I like for right now you're just on this one, okay? Then when I
No,
go ahead
no,
and end
no,
it,
their drive is open now. So now, can you try just opening up another tab, going to drive.google.com?
Open up your drive.
I just tried opening
Open up
up
your
your drive,
drive.
and that's what happened.
I know, it will say that until you type in drive.google.com. So
Oh,
click
yeah,
open
it
another
worked,
tab, click
yesterday.
drive.google.com, and then you can open up your drive to whatever.
You gotta type in drive.google.com.
Yeah.
Yesterday like that.
Would you look at that?
Oh, it does.
And now try opening up another document.
Why are we opening it?
Well,
Just
just
this
drive. Sorry, I'm interrupting the whole class, but we,
Why did you
It's alright, we're in a good flow.
Works
Canvas
just fine
should
for
work.
me.
fine.
You blocked it.
No, go to Canvas, go to Fairbury Just
I mean,
Documents.
like you blocked out the page that was on.
Well,
Well, when I end the session, then that'll bring back all of your tabs again.
the backward arrow
Okay.
will open up the
Well.
page you were on if you can open that page. If you have Canvas open, it'll block it for a second, then if you click the backward arrow, it'll open it up if that's an accepted page.
So
Okay.
why are we opening?
Just wanted to look. But
Just
you
wanna-
got on, you could get my Google or my drive, right? Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make
Mr.
sure
Jackson,
that
manage
worked.
your restroom, please.
And all I'm saying, you guys, is that I'm not wanting to block you from everything by any means
See
at
you later.
all.
Wish
But-
best luck.
But what? Tough love? I know, it is tough love.
It's just,
But we
When I-
just need people to listen while the teachers are teaching, and then they'll unblock you and then you'll be
Yeah.
open again. You have way more rights than you did last year. YouTube is still open,
just hold on.
Twitter is
We're
open.
having an epidemic here. We will in just a second.
Yeah,
Okay.
after you're done teaching your lesson, then you guys hold it all night long. And make it through class.
Okay,
Unless you don't, and then you should see a doctor. Okay.
maybe. All right,
So how are you two related?
This is the load.
all right. Here we go. You'll be just fine, I promise.
Right.
So here are our different examples here that we talked about.
I feel like people are controlling it.
Oh, you'll be fine. Taproot.
Paper and pencil.
Everybody go over there.
That's what she did.
That is what they are.
I like that one.
There we go. All right, taproot.
Oh.
Taproot is just right here.
Uh-oh.
This is the one main taproot right here. A dandelion.
Into the soil.
It does. That's a good way to put it.
Just tap.
That would be a taproot. One main root down here. Storage taproot, such as a sweet potato here, or a fibrous root. Fibrous roots have lots of little tiny roots coming out of it here, just like your grass. Yes.
All those block tabs just got X'd out.
Oh.
They did, huh?
Those for classes.
Hey there.
Okay, I will
Uh-oh.
write that one down. What? They weren't supposed to. I know. They weren't supposed to though.
Yeah, my tabs are.
This is why we shouldn't have.
Those are important.
Yeah, what was even the point of that? Yeah. She couldn't test that on her own computer?
I'll have to have kids though too.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
Test it on
what do you think we're doing?
a
We're doing
teacher's
exactly
computer on a
It's all right.
test dummy student computer?
Okay.
Like,
Everybody, take a deep breath. We're all right. The world is not ending.
Yes, it is.
Promise you. Okay.
I bet you different.
All right. Let's get back to this here. Then I have an activity we're going to do. Then we can be done with notes because looks like we'll get to that. Okay. Taproots and fibrous roots. Really the big ones that I want you to know.
Okay.
Also, we have primary roots, secondary roots, and then also adventitious roots would be aerial ones. Okay, it could be ones that grow aerially or in the air. The prime root arises from the embryo, and the secondary roots then branch out. And those secondary roots is where we oftentimes have a lot of root hairs come out, and those root hairs are where the water is going to actually then be brought into the plant from. So here's another principle I want you to know. Monocots are predominantly fibrous roots. Okay, so if you think of monocot and the grasses are monocots, primarily they are always fibrous roots. Okay? Dicotyledons, or dicots, two-seed leaves, are a lot of times taproots. So that is something I will ask you on the test is, sorry, what? We're right after this fibrous root picture. Okay?
Right.
Fibrous roots there, a lot of hairs.
Okay. Thank you.
Monocots, fibrous roots. Dicots, taproots. Everybody get this?
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
No. Uh-oh to you.
No, I said uh-oh to you. To him. But I looked at you, didn't I?
Okay.
Okay, so it was read for us. The adventitious roots. We have the screw pine. You can see that the roots actually come down and help hold the trees there. The red mangrove, same sort of deal. These actually come down from the tree and then they actually help hold it. So those would be adventitious roots. You can see they're in the air.
Wow.
And those are just two examples of the adventitious roots. Okay, root hairs.
Uh-oh.
Specialized cell extensions that can penetrate into the openings between soil particles. These are the main things that then help actually get the water or dissolve nutrients inside of the plant. They get them inside of the plant. It is wow, Cody, because if you didn't have that, you wouldn't be able to eat any plants.
Dang.
You wouldn't be able to eat anything.
I'm okay with
Dead.
that.
You'd be dead and you would not be here. You better not say you're okay with that. Well, that's true. If we could become like the Hulk, that would be interesting. But
Uh-oh.
could be. Okay, so you need to know root hairs actually are what help bring in, absorb the water and nutrients from the soil, because that's one part of the roots. Okay, and the root hairs are also formed in greater number near the root tip, because that is just where those new cells are, and they're bringing in the water and soluble nutrients. And this just kind of ends it right here. What? Here it is. We'll figure it out in just a second. I don't know.
I don't like this.
I feel like I'm a slave and I can't.
Just a second.
I feel like we're in those countries where the country controls what you put on the internet.
Yep, this is China now. We are in China.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Get us out of the uh-oh.
You're not in the oh. You should just be on my. This is the only slide I want you on.
The uh-oh is
Well,
the only
maybe
one we
speak on.
can be on.
That's exactly what it should be. Sign in. Just click sign in.
This is not American freedom.
What's
I'm not enjoying this whole.
Okay, Dave.
Oh, pass it. Yeah, you're doing like.
See if that works. Okay, everybody get these down. Just some examples of. Adam.
Smells me $15.
Get these down here. Taproot, fibrous root. Probably your two that you're going to have to know the most. Again, taproot, dicotyledon, fibrous root, monocotyledon. Fleshy roots are examples. We have food reservoirs, carrots, turnips, beets, sweet potatoes.
Uh-oh.
Aerial roots, or those adventitious roots,
Aerial.
philodendrons or orchids. And then we have
So they thought.
knees. Knees are types of roots.
So my knees are roots.
Everybody get these wrote down.
No notes.
Type down. Type in.
All done here.
Root down. You get these rooted down.
Is that a pun?
It actually
That was
was. It was
good.
thought of by this genius.
That was very weird.
That was a really fun pun.
You don't have to.
Root down. That means anchor down, right?
Yep.
What is life in here?
Should I do it again?
No, I never signed it to my actual computer.
Can I go to the bathroom real quick?
Get out of here.
Just go here. No, Keaton, just go to the shop here.
Wow.
I just need.
You'll be alright.
That's all I really want to do.
Just go and talk to him.
No, Paxton owes me $15, so.
I'll hunt him down at the end of school.
Will you really?
Did you ever go talk to Leslie?
Yep, I did last
Otherwise,
night.
I'll give you.
Here would be taproot. We got one main single root. Yeah, there are a couple coming off, but we got one main one there.
Wow.
Grasses are fibrous roots. Lots of small little ones there. Fleshy roots. Beets, turnips, carrots. If you like beets, I feel sorry for you.
Oh, it's
Some more fleshy roots. Potatoes. Aerial roots are philodendrons. And some more aerial roots just like that. Looks like we're in a tropical rainforest. And then knees.
Those are so weird to me.
Those are knees.
I gotta sign back in.
Old cypress trees. They're kind of weird.
Those are pretty
It
dope.
kind of reminds me of the TV or the movie. One of my favorite movies when I was little, E.T. at the beginning.
Swamp people.
They're like the swamp man or swamp people, right? They're cruising through the swamps, and you see these a lot, don't you?
Show me the swamp man.
Or they're icon in life, and be just like him. With your dog, is he still on that show?
I don't know. Most
They
of the
even have
time I
that
think he's
show.
drunk, but
Well, that could be.
Is that one dude that's like the best like alligator hunter on there? No. I never watched it.
I don't even know if
Yeah, Troy.
I don't even know. Do they even have that show on History Channel anymore?
yeah, I do.
Do they? Yeah, that's Troy Landry.
I'm trying to think of his last name. I don't.
Landry. Okay, there are the old cypress knees. Okay,
What about the Turtle Man, Dubs?
here's no.
You never seen the Turtle Man?
Okay, go ahead. Close your notes for right now.
Thank you.
I gotta Google that now.
Close those for right now, and we'll